Okay, so here's some fun stuff. We had a team and we went out and went through the budgets and called a bunch of the trades in certain industries to ask them what they thought their cost increases, or what they knew their cost increases were going to be in 2019. And so we're going to share some of that. We're also going to send it out later. But we're going to, and I also talked to them because there's some cost increases, why they saw some cost increases. So in 2014, this is a number they all, I would say, to all the trades complained about labor. And they said 45%, or this statement is 45% of small to medium businesses in BC are reporting that they have difficulty in hiring new employees, as per the BDC report this September. And then unemployment in Vancouver is 4.3%, which is one of the lowest of all the major cities in Canada, and that's from Work BC. And on top of that, we've got a new payroll tax, which is on businesses that have larger payrolls, and that is like companies like landscaping, and that's 1.95%. I think eventually that's going to work in conjunction with the MSP being phased out, but it's only half doing so. So we talked to each of these, and I'll speak to them on what they were saying. So we're going to talk to 3 landscaping companies, and some of them do use general labor, so unskilled labor, and so they're saying, well, we're minimum wage, which we're going to talk about in a second, is going up, so it's going to affect our pricing, and also we're having a hard time getting skilled labor. So those people that have been landscaping or experienced at it, because minimum wage is going up, they maybe weren't getting paid minimum wage, but their expectation is that they're going to get paid more. And so the landscapers said they're all going to be increasing the 3 of them, their pricing 5 to 8% this upcoming year. Now, does that mean you have to pay 5 to 8%? Well, what it does mean is you might have an opportunity to go out and get some quotes and see to make sure that your landscaper, if they're proposing a significant fee increase for this upcoming year, is actually being competitive. But in general, when we talk to the 3 of them, and they're all 3 large companies, they are saying 5 to 8%. So that's something that if they come back with that, and all the quotes are 5% higher, then it's what we kind of expect. Mechanical maintenance. Oh, can we go back? Mechanical maintenance. So these are the people that come into your building and service like the boilers. They service the make-up air units on the roof if you have one feeding, hot water, domestic hot water, filter changes. We're saying cost increase of 5% across the board, and that was speaking to 3 of them. And then elevator maintenance. Elevator maintenance was funny. They said they're actually not tied to the labor market as much because they have a lot of them are unionized, or they're very technical in nature, and they're not getting paid close to minimum wage. And they said their contracts with their employees are based on CPI. So they're predicting elevator maintenance 4 to 5% increase in costs and what they're going to be coming to back this year. And then painting drywall, we had a pretty big variation there, 4 to 8%. Some of them said, yeah, the rates are going to go up significantly. Other ones said 4%. And so that would be like your general handyman person that's going out there. And so they also said 4 to 8%. So you can see kind of a theme when you're going through their budget and you're looking at your elevator, and if you don't have your elevator contract for this year, it would be prudent, if you don't change it, if you can't change suppliers or you don't plan on it, to budget a 45% increase for that line item. Mechanical maintenance, landscaping, if they come with an 8% increase, you might want to go get some quotes to make sure you're getting the best value there. And then painting and drywall, usually those projects are ones where we go out and get quotes for anyway, if you're going to have the lobbies repainted or something like that. So we got more great news. Minimum wage, we just talked about that, $12.65 going up to $13.85. If you have a resident manager in your building and he is a STRATA employee, not only did minimum wage go up, but also the minimum amount that a resident manager gets paid. And a resident manager is dependent on the number of units. In most cases, it's going up from $2,586 per month to $2,832 per month. And so if you outsource, or if you have a third party provide your resident manager, this doesn't apply. But if your resident manager is a STRATA employee, this is something you definitely want to consider. So the good news is, in general, your homes all went up in value. The bad news is you got to insure them. So talked to some appraisal companies. They are saying that the replacement costs and the values in general are going up. The construction cost, replacement cost, is due to steel tariffs and labor again. And the appraisal companies are also saying the values are going up. So in general, values are going up 7 to 13%. And so that means the value, the replacement cost, which your insurance is based off of, is going up. So your insurance is a rate based on what your strata corporation is worth, the common area. And so they're just taking that, and when that increases, your insurance cost goes up because they're insuring more. That makes sense? And so on top of that, the underwriters, who are the people that provide the insurance, had their losses change from $69 million in 2017 to $564 in 2018, and that's as per Swiss Re. So we are expecting increases of 5% for fire resistant and 10% for frame. So what does that mean? That means fire resistant is in general concrete buildings. So if you have a concrete tower, you're considered fire resistant. If you're a mid-rise or low-rise, you might be frame. Or you might be concrete on the bottom and frame on top. If it's a majority frame, you would be insured as frame. So you take the value increase, 7 to 13, plus depending on what your building makeup, 5 to 10. We're looking for some pretty significant insurance. We're expecting some insurance increase, and we've already seen a couple new stratas get insurance over the last couple weeks, and the rates are active now. So unfortunately, hopefully your renewal is in like next October, but if it's in next February or if it's even sooner, you can expect the rates to go up significantly. The good news is first service buildings overall have a better, they have a lower loss ratio, meaning that the amount of loss is less and the rate of loss is less. So overall, first service buildings don't have as many insurance losses, which should mean we should be able to get better insurance rates overall. But that definitely is a concern for budgeting. We have to make sure that we're getting a good idea of insurance if our budget's coming up and our renewals maybe in 3 months or something like that.